Good morning, everyone, and a warm welcome to our broadcast today. We are here to explore a very important and current question. Does technology make people smarter, or is it actually making us less intelligent? This is a topic that touches all of our lives, as technology is everywhere, in our homes, schools, and workplaces. Joining us to discuss this are two very knowledgeable speakers with different perspectives. First, we have Alex. Alex will argue that technology is a powerful force that enhances our intelligence. And presenting the opposing view is Chloe, who believes that an over-reliance on technology might be harming our cognitive abilities. Our debate will begin with opening statements from both Alex and Chloe. Following that, they will have the opportunity to respond to each other's arguments in a rebuttal session. Then, I will lead a brief discussion with some specific questions for them both. Finally, Alex and Chloe will offer their closing statements to summarize their views. It promises to be an insightful discussion, so let's begin.
Thank you, Sarah. It's a pleasure to be here. I strongly believe that technology is not just a convenience. It's a powerful tool that significantly expands our human intelligence and capabilities. When we talk about being smarter, we mean having more knowledge, better problem-solving skills, and the ability to learn and adapt, and technology helps with all of these. My first main point is the incredible access to information that technology provides. Think about it. The internet is like the world's largest library, available at our fingertips 24 hours a day. Before, if you wanted to research a complex topic, it could take days or weeks of searching through physical books and journals. Now, search engines can give us a vast amount of data, articles, studies, and different viewpoints on almost any subject imaginable within seconds. This immediate access allows us to learn continuously, to satisfy our curiosity instantly, and to build a much broader knowledge base than was ever possible for previous generations. For students, this is transformative. They can access research from universities around the world, watch lectures from top professors, and collaborate on projects with peers from different countries. Secondly, technology is instrumental in helping us develop new and essential skills for the modern world. There's a huge range of educational software, interactive apps, and online platforms designed to teach us almost anything. You can learn coding, which is like learning a new language for the digital age. You can master data analysis, graphic design, or digital marketing through online courses. Many platforms offer personalized learning paths, adapting to your speed and understanding, which makes learning more efficient and engaging. These aren't just superficial skills. They are deep competencies that enhance our employability and our ability to contribute to an increasingly technological society. My third point is that technology significantly improves our problem-solving abilities, both individually and collectively. Simple tools like calculators and spreadsheets save us time on basic computations, freeing our minds for more strategic thinking. But beyond that, sophisticated software allows scientists to model complex systems, like climate change or the spread of diseases, leading to better understanding and solutions. Engineers use computer-aided design, CAD, to create innovative and safer products. Doctors use advanced imaging technologies for more accurate diagnoses. Furthermore, collaborative tools like shared documents, video conferencing, and project management software enable teams of experts from around the globe to work together seamlessly, combining their brain power to tackle immense challenges. So, technology doesn't replace our thinking. It augments it. It provides us with tools to see further, analyze deeper, and create more effectively. When used correctly and thoughtfully, technology acts as a powerful extension of our own minds, making us collectively and individually smarter and more capable.
Thank you, Sarah. Alex has painted a very optimistic picture of technology, and I do acknowledge its many benefits in certain areas. However, I believe this optimism needs to be balanced with a serious concern. Our increasing overdependence on technology might be subtly eroding some of our fundamental cognitive abilities, potentially making us less intelligent in practical, everyday ways. My first major concern relates to critical thinking and memory. The internet provides instant answers, which is convenient, but it often means we don't engage in the mental effort of trying to solve a problem or recall information ourselves. If you can just Google an answer in 2 seconds, why bother thinking it through? Why try to remember facts or figures? This habit of outsourcing our thinking can lead to a decline in our ability to analyze information critically, to question sources, and to form our own independent judgments. We might become more passive consumers of information, rather than active thinkers. And if we don't exercise our memory, like any muscle, it can weaken over time. Secondly, I am deeply worried about the impact of technology on our attention spans and concentration. Our digital devices constantly bombard us with notifications, short-form content, and endless streams of updates. This creates an environment where sustained focus becomes incredibly difficult. Many people, especially young people, find it challenging to read a long article or a book without getting distracted. They might struggle to concentrate on a single task for an extended period, which is essential for deep learning, thoughtful work, and creativity. This fragmented attention can prevent us from processing information deeply and making meaningful connections. My third point is the erosion of essential basic skills due to over-reliance on technological aids. Consider navigation. Many people now depend entirely on GPS and couldn't read a traditional map or navigate using landmarks if their device failed. Autocorrect and spell check are helpful, but they can make us less attentive to spelling and grammar rules, weakening our own writing skills. Similarly, while calculators are useful, a reduced ability to perform simple mental arithmetic means we are less able to quickly estimate or understand numbers in everyday situations. These might seem like minor losses, but they represent a decline in fundamental cognitive skills that have long been part of human intelligence. So, while technology offers incredible power and convenience, I fear it comes with a hidden risk. It can make our minds more passive, less focused, and less skilled in fundamental ways if we are not extremely mindful of how we use it.
Chloe has raised some valid concerns, particularly about critical thinking and attention. However, I believe these challenges are not inherent flaws of technology itself, but rather issues of adaptation and education in how we integrate these powerful tools into our lives. Regarding Chloe's point about critical thinking being diminished by easy access to answers, I argue that technology can actually be a fantastic catalyst for critical thinking if we cultivate the right skills. The internet exposes us to a multitude of perspectives, some reliable, some not. This necessitates the development of digital literacy, the ability to evaluate sources, discern bias, and synthesize information from diverse origins. Teaching these skills is crucial. Instead of just finding an answer, students can be taught to compare multiple sources, analyze arguments, and build their own informed opinions. This is a higher level of critical thinking, facilitated by the vast resources technology offers. On the issue of attention spans, it's true that the digital world can be distracting, but this is not an insurmountable problem. We are learning to manage this. Just as we learned to manage distractions in the pre-digital age, we can develop strategies for focused work in the digital age. This includes consciously managing notifications, using time management techniques like the Pomodoro method, and utilizing apps designed to block distractions or promote mindfulness. Moreover, some technologies, like interactive educational software or complex simulation games, actually require intense focus and sustained engagement, thereby helping to train attention. So rather than seeing technology as the enemy of focus, we should see it as a tool that, like any other, requires discipline and mindful usage. The undeniable benefits of rapid information retrieval, diverse learning platforms, and enhanced problem-solving capabilities far outweigh these manageable challenges, continuing to empower us and make us smarter.
Alex's points about digital literacy and managing distractions are well taken, and I agree that education plays a vital role. However, I believe the pervasive nature of technology and its design often work against these ideals in everyday practice for many people. Alex suggests that access to more information inherently leads to better critical thinking, but I must question this assumption. Having a sea of information doesn't automatically translate to wisdom or deep understanding. The sheer volume can be overwhelming, leading to cognitive overload rather than clarity. People might skim headlines or summaries, getting a superficial grasp of many topics but a deep understanding of none. This, quote, information snacking, is different from the focused, reflective thinking needed to truly learn. Furthermore, while Alex speaks of new skills, I worry that some skills technology promotes are more about navigating interfaces than engaging in fundamental cognitive processes. Knowing which buttons to click in a complex software is a skill, yes, but does it replace the underlying mathematical or linguistic understanding that older methods might have cultivated more deeply? For instance, relying on grammar checkers might make a document look correct, but does it improve the writer's own understanding of grammar rules and sentence structure in the long run? I fear that the constant drive for efficiency and ease that technology offers encourages us to take mental shortcuts, bypassing the very cognitive effort that strengthens our minds. The path of least resistance, often provided by tech, is not always the path to greater intelligence. It's the struggle, the effortful processing, that often leads to the most significant cognitive gains. So, while digital literacy is a goal, the reality for many is that technology's convenience often undermines the motivation for such deep engagement.
This is a fascinating exchange of ideas. Thank you both. Alex, Chloe has consistently raised concerns about the loss of fundamental skills, such as mental arithmetic, spelling without aids, or navigating without GPS, because technology does these things for us. Do you genuinely believe that the decline in these specific traditional skills is not a detriment to our overall intelligence? Or are we perhaps trading away something valuable for convenience?
That's a very pertinent question, Sarah. I believe that the landscape of quote, valuable skills is constantly evolving. Some skills that were essential a century ago are less critical now, replaced by new competencies. Think of skills like manual farming or horse riding for transport. While mental arithmetic is a good skill, if technology can handle calculations quickly and accurately, it frees our cognitive resources for higher-level tasks, like interpreting the data, strategic planning, or creative problem-solving. It's not necessarily about losing intelligence, but about reallocating our mental efforts to areas where human insight and creativity are most needed, often in partnership with technology. We are adapting to a new environment where different skills are prioritized.
Chloe, Alex argues that technology, especially in complex fields like scientific research or global business, enables us to solve problems and achieve things that would be impossible for unaided human minds. He suggests this represents a collective increase in intelligence. Do you concede that in these high-level domains, technology is an undeniable amplifier of human intellect? And if so, how does that weigh against your concerns about the general population's cognitive skills?
I absolutely agree that for specialized, high-level tasks, technology is an incredibly powerful amplifier. Scientists can analyze massive data sets, engineers can simulate complex designs, and global collaboration is enhanced. These are clear benefits for humanity's collective problem-solving capacity. My concern, however, isn't primarily with these elite applications. It's about the subtle, widespread impact on the everyday cognitive functioning of the average person. If the general population becomes less able to think critically, focus, or remember information without technological assistance, then, even if specialists are achieving more, society as a whole might suffer from a decline in general cognitive engagement and resilience. There's a difference between specialized tool use and a general dependency that could weaken foundational mental skills across the board.
This leads to a crucial point about the future, especially concerning our children who are growing up as digital natives. Considering everything discussed, what is the single most vital action or mindset we should cultivate in society, and particularly in education, to ensure that technology serves to genuinely enhance, rather than inadvertently diminish, human intelligence for the next generation? Alex, what's your perspective on this crucial action?
The most vital action is to proactively teach, quote, intelligent technology use. This goes beyond basic digital skills. It's about fostering a mindset of critical inquiry and mindful engagement. Education systems must integrate curricula that teach students how to evaluate online information, understand algorithms, recognize persuasive technology design, and use digital tools as aids for creation and problem solving, not just for consumption. We need to encourage them to ask why and how technology works, and to reflect on its impact on their thinking and behavior. It's about raising a generation of empowered, discerning digital citizens who control technology, not the other way around.
And Chloe, what would be your priority action or mindset?
My priority would be to champion, quote, cognitive balance and strongly advocate for the value of offline experiences and skills. This means actively creating space in children's lives and our own for activities that develop deep focus, imagination, and critical thinking without screens, reading physical books, engaging in creative play, learning practical skills, spending time in nature, and fostering rich, face-to-face interactions. Education should emphasize not just digital literacy, but also the development of these foundational cognitive abilities that are built away from technology. It's about ensuring technology is one tool among many, not the sole shaper of their intellectual development. In concluding my thoughts today, I want to emphasize that my perspective is not anti-technology, but rather proactive human intelligence. While technology offers remarkable tools and conveniences, we must remain vigilant about its potential to foster mental passivity, shorten our attention spans, and erode essential cognitive skills that have defined human intellect for centuries. The ease with which technology solves problems for us can mask a gradual weakening of our own ability to think, to remember, and to persevere through mental challenges. It's crucial that we don't trade long-term cognitive vitality for short-term digital convenience. I urge everyone to cultivate a more conscious, critical, and balanced relationship with technology, ensuring it remains a servant to our minds, not its master. Let's prioritize activities that strengthen our innate intellectual capacities, both for ourselves and for future generations.
As we conclude, I want to reaffirm my belief in technology's profound potential to elevate human intelligence. The access it provides to the world's knowledge, the new pathways it opens for learning and skill development, and the sophisticated tools it offers for tackling complex global challenges are transformative. The concerns raised about dependency and distraction are valid, but they are challenges of application, not fundamental flaws of technology itself. The crucial factor is our approach. If we engage with technology mindfully, critically, and with a commitment to lifelong learning and digital literacy, it becomes an unparalleled partner in our intellectual growth. Let us embrace technology not as a replacement for our intelligence, but as a powerful amplifier and enabler, helping us to become collectively smarter, more innovative, and better equipped to build a brighter future.
My sincere thanks to both Alex and Chloe for such a stimulating and well-argued debate. You've both provided deep insights into this very relevant question. Today, we've explored the compelling arguments on both sides of the issue. Technology as an extraordinary tool that can significantly boost our intellectual capabilities and problem-solving skills, versus the concern that an unthinking reliance on it could lead to a decline in essential cognitive functions and critical thinking. What has become clear is that the relationship between technology and human intelligence is not a simple one. It's complex and constantly evolving. Ultimately, the way technology impacts our intelligence, whether it makes us smarter or less so, seems to depend less on the technology itself and more on our wisdom, our choices, and our conscious efforts to harness its power responsibly while safeguarding our innate human intellect. Thank you to our audience for joining us for this